Today we're going to be working with a new patient who had never been in before, so she was gracious enough to let us film on her very first visit. But she comes in with some familial, severe calluses, and it's hereditary, and there's no cure. And the best that we can do is to manage them and trim them down as needed. So you'll see every surface of her foot that touches the ground or has pressure on it forms a callus, and this is just, some people have this. So we're just going to be seeing her every 1 to 2 months to trim these down and keep her comfortable, and that's the best that we can do. So enjoy today's video. Go in on your left foot, and then the right foot. The heel, show me your left heel. Yeah, that's pretty, okay. Let's start with that big toe. Now, what do you do on a daily basis at home for these?
Well, when he retired, I got that thing, and I was doing it, and I was putting Eucerin every night on it.
Okay.
It's just if I am too lazy to do it, so I've been trying. But they're bad.
Now, since this is the first time we've met, and these are pretty bad today, I'm going to let you tell me how deep is good.
Okay.
And you said your mom has this, her mom has this, one of your kids has this. Okay. Yeah, these would be like walking on great big pieces of rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my husband doesn't understand.
Let's do this one. And if anything I'm doing is hurting, you just let me know.
Okay.
So just out of curiosity, did the other doctor use this kind of blade also?
It was a little thinner.
A little thinner, okay. But that flat edge?
Yep, the flat.
Interesting, okay. Yeah, because you only ever see these kinds of blades in podiatry, pretty much. They're called chisel blades. So you're using like a pet egg kind of thing at home, like a cheese grater kind of thing?
Well, I have that, but I can't think of it works really well. It's an electronic thing.
Oh, the Epome?
Maybe, yeah, and it's like kind of harder.
Yeah, like a little sander?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dremel?
Not the Dremel, but it's similar to that.
Yeah, there's the one they sell for foot calluses. I think it's called Epome or something like that.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, on Amazon.
Okay. But you haven't had these done professionally, what, in like 5 months now, since he retired? Okay. Well, I'm glad that we can get you in and help you with these.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, some people are just big callus formers, and like you said, it is hereditary. Usually you would see it on the hands as well.
Yeah, my great-grandma had them in her nails.
Okay.
Luckily we don't.
Or if we still use pencils and pens the way we used to.
Right, I used to see, I
used to have a big pencil callus.
Yes, right here.
Yeah. Am I still in frame?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do the big chunks with this blade, and then I'll come back with my smaller one.
Okay.
Kind of fine tune it a little bit.
So you don't have any other patients like this?
Not right now. Like I said, I used to. I had one man who used to come, and every place that there was pressure on his feet, he had calluses like this. And he would come every 6 to 8 weeks for the same thing, and there isn't a cure. It's just how you manage it.
As you get older, I think they don't grow as fast. And my mom's and my grandma's have been slowing down. And I think it's the less movement.
Yeah, being on your feet less, definitely. I'll go back up to this one.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. I usually have somebody working the video camera, but it's just one of those days.
One of those days, yeah.
Now, what kind of work do you do?
I'm an analyst.
So mostly sedentary?
Yeah.
Okay, are you working from home these days?
Yeah.
And what do you wear on your feet when you're at home?
Flip-flops.
With decent support, or?
No, they're pretty run. No.
Okay, because there are some that are really soft, and the brands that I usually talk to people about are Vionic or UFOs, or Hoka has some really soft sandals that you slip in and out of.
Yeah, you know, your feet, because they like mold into what you're, so they're comfortable, so it's like it's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to start a new one. Okay. I'll get these with a smaller blade. So far.
For the first time, well, I used to have a, when I was younger, I used to have a curtain because I like almost passed out. I was young.
So you've been having these trimmed like this since you were a kid?
11, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so you've had some of the best and some of the worst, I'm sure.
Yeah, my mom still goes to the same one. He had just graduated from college over.
Early out of.
Yeah, he was great. He said that the new podiatrists, they don't really do this.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
Because you can't bill high enough for it. And yeah. And that's kind of sad. That makes me kind of sad. None of the big clinic systems do this, do what they call routine care.
That's why I got that thing, because I thought I would be on my own. And then the last visit, he was like, I have somebody for you.
Good. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you're here, because these would have to be very painful to be walking on. Now, what I'm thinking is, just because I'm probably not going to be taking as much off the first time, because I haven't worked with you before, that maybe our first follow-up, maybe let's do 4 weeks.
Okay.
Because I would rather take a little too little off than too much and make you bleed and make it hurt.
Yeah.
So you stop.
Yeah.
You travel a lot?
Yeah, we like to travel. We were supposed to be going to Israel tomorrow, but they closed the borders.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know that. Because of the Omicron.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, I had a photo trip planned to Vietnam in September.
Yeah.
And obviously that got canned
Yeah.
of 2020. It's so nice of you to let me do this video.
Yeah.
We'll probably make each foot into its own video. And I think what I'm gonna do is to get the heels, I'll put the back down, have you turn on your stomach.
Yeah, that's what they used to do.
Okay. See, all the great minds think alike.
Oops, didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have you just feel these and tell me if there's spots you want me to go a little bit deeper.
Okay. No, much better.
That is, it's
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna put a new blade on for the right foot, left a little bit so that that's. How old is your son that has this?
He's 16.
How old was your 16-year-old when he started showing signs of this?
11. He was about the same age as
About the same age as you?
Yeah. He doesn't have them nearly, obviously, as bad as me.
Uh-huh.
Just around the heels.
I assume that was your phone that was whistling at me?
Mhm.
Do you need to grab it?
No,
or-
it's okay.
Okay. So my big joke with a lot of the old people when they come in and they have these big nails and stuff is I go, well, you're gonna go home a pound or two lighter here.
Yeah.
And all the viewers who have heard that 17,000 times just kind of roll their eyes, but in your case, it might be accurate.
You would think, but it doesn't seem like
Yeah.
it.
So what exactly does an analyst do?
We do analyze data, like, so you're just comparing. We do contract negotiation. Who gets paid more?
Yeah. can tell us why orthopedic surgeons get paid 3 times what we get paid for the same surgery.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Especially because I'm not part of a system. I don't have any negotiating power.
Yeah, you don't have yeah.
You know, my billing person told me it's December of 2021 as we're filming. We just got paid on a pair of orthotics that we have been appealing since August of 2020.
Oh my God.
And they still won't pay me for the office visit where I spent 25 minutes with the person, because they said podiatrists are not allowed to use that high of a code for an office visit. Well, there's nowhere that it says that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're still appealing that. You know, welcome to our world.
Yeah, you'd think the special, I mean, see, it hurts my foot right there when you spread my toes like that. Is that crazy?
So you may have like a little inflamed nerve right in there.
Yeah.
Is it right there?
Yep.
Okay. So there could be a bit of an inflamed nerve called a neuroma that sits there. And I can do a little bit more of an exam when we're all done with this.
Yeah, I broke my ankle.
Your left one?
Mm-hmm. And then they saw tendonitis. So I went. And it broke.
Interesting. But not displaced at all?
Not displaced,
So they
no.
just put you in a
It was just like a
boot?
little crack, yep.
Okay. Still counts.
Yeah.
She is a pre-med student who's been helping me out doing some treatments for people, and she's never dispensed orthotics before. If my big head gets in there, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. So when you come in for your appointments, I'm gonna say, tell them it has to be a half-hour appointment every time.
Yep.
Because there's no way I'm gonna get this in a regular 15-minute regular
Oh, okay,
appointment.
okay.
Got anything big planned for this winter? Oh, you were supposed to go to
We're
Israel.
supposed to.
How long were you gonna be there?
2 weeks till the 31st. We just
I made a couple friends out of it, but no.
yeah.
I'm not Midwestern,
Yeah.
and it was 25 years ago when I was even less Midwestern. And
Where are you from?
originally Southern California. I did
Okay.
all my school on the East Coast.
Okay. Yeah, my family, they all live in New York. On my mom's side.
Is that where you grew up?
No, I grew up in
Oh, that's that's right, you said you know, yeah. Far cry from New York City.
It is.
So how's your Hebrew?
Not good. Not as good as it should be. We're trying. But I couldn't carry on a full conversation. I know words. How about you?
There was a time when I was in high school that I was pretty close to fluent.
Wow.
Not anymore.
How? From how? From,
Where I grew up in Los Angeles, we had what was called the LA Hebrew High School.
okay.
And so you did your after-school Hebrew school. And then if you wanted to go on, there was the LA Hebrew High School. And yeah, so made some really good lifelong friends there and learned Hebrew.
Yeah.
And then went to Israel when I was I turned 16 in Israel.
Okay.
Went on an ulpan. Yeah, by now. אני שכחתי את הכל.
See, I don't even know that.
Oh, I forgot it all.
Oh, I forgot.
שכחתי.
I know what knee was on.
Okay. Is it recording? Because I turned it off.
It wasn't recording, but I just turned it on.
Oh, okay. All right, and then let's just clean these up, and then we'll have you turn over on your stomach.
Can you get that? You see that little disc right here?
Yes, I definitely can. Toes. All right, so I want you to feel all of this and tell me if you feel like I got enough or if there's spots you want me to